Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope you all are fine and doing well. Myself, Alok, your moral science teacher. I would like to welcome you in this moral science class. Dear students, in last class we have completed that explanation of prayer of lesson number 9 and some of the activities was left. So today we are going to complete question answer of lesson number 9 and the remaining activities of lesson number 9. So let's start today's class. At the beginning of our class we are going to discuss the question and answer of lesson number 9. Okay, already you have studied the lesson. So today we are going to do first activity, that is the question and answer of lesson number 9. So let's start. So here is the first question of lesson number 9. Question number 1 is that where do Lolinda, Chungu and Kibomi go late in the afternoon? The answer is late in the afternoon Lolinda, Chungu and Kibomi go to the nearby river. Okay, so this is the first one answer. Now second question, it was what does Chungu ask Kibomi? Okay, so answer is very simple. Chungu asks Kibomi, was it scary traveling on your own? So this was the answer. This is the answer. Now question number 3. What is the question number 3 here? Question number 3, it is given, how does Kibomi answer? The answer is, Kibomi answers that at first he was frightened, but now when he thinks about it, it seems like he was being protected. Okay, so this is the third number answer. Now question number 4. What is question number 4? Question number 4, it is given, what books are Lolinda and Chungu each studying in their junior youth groups? Okay, so it is asking that which books they are studying in their group. So answer is, Lolinda is studying drawing on the power of the word. Wait, by mistake. Here I am freezing first. So here by mistake work it is written, it will be word. D, word. Okay, Lolinda is studying drawing on the power of the word and Chungu is studying bridges of confirmation in their junior youth groups. Okay, so this was the question number 4. Now question number 5. What is question number 5? What is a junior youth group? Okay, so answer, it is very simple. Junior youth group is a group of youths whose age are from 11 to 14 years. Okay, now next question, question number 6. Here question number 6, it is given, what does Kibomi ask Lolinda and Chungu? Question is there, what does Kibomi ask Lolinda and Chungu? So the answer is, Kibomi asked Lolinda and Chungu that are they learning how they can help make the world a better place? Okay, so this is the answer. The next question, question number 7. How does Lolinda answer? So answer is like this. Lolinda says that they are learning to use the power of the word. Okay. The next question is question number 8. What does Kibomi say about the speaker in the stadium? The answer is, Kibomi says about the speaker in the stadium that his words had power, but he was teaching people to hate. Okay, now question number 9. What does the book that Lolinda and her group are studying help them to understand? The answer is, the book Lolinda and her group are studying helps them to understand the importance of working for the material and spiritual progress of all people. And this is the last question of activity number 1. So the last question, it is given, what does Kibomi think about when he remembers the children class taught by Lolinda and Chungu? The answer is, when Kibomi remembers the children's class taught by Lolinda and Chungu, he thinks that they are young like me and they have already begun to contribute to the betterment of the world. Okay, so in this manner, question answer is over. Now we are coming to the activity number 2. Activity number 2, first we have done, first one, activity number 2, A1 we have done already in the class. Now the remaining one we are going to complete. So let me remind you that what activity number 2 it is asking to do. In activity number 2 we have learned that we can draw the power of word of God, increase knowledge and create love and understanding. Means how we can use our power of our words. So we can use our power of words, that if you use your power of word to create love and remove the ignorance from the society. Okay, when you will create, you will use your power of words to increase knowledge and create love and understanding in the society. So in that manner we can use our power of words. And then after it was explained that there are some quotations are given. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to read the quotation first. Okay, after reading the quotation we will read some statements are given. So you have to decide whether the statements which is given after the quotation, it is true or false according to the quotation. Okay, so let's B number it is given quotation. Ye are the fruits of one tree and the leaves of one branch. Deal ye one with another with the utmost love and harmony, with friendliness and fellowship. Okay, so let's understand the meaning of this quotation. It is very simple quotation. In this quotation, here it is talked that we all are the fruits of one tree. Means we all are belonging to same human race. We are not different. We are same. Although we are looking different, but we are same. Same God has created us. We all are the fruits of one tree only. Okay, that is the human race. Whole humanity is the like a tree, and we are the fruits of that tree and the leaves of one branch only. So therefore we should not differentiate. So therefore what we need to do, we must deal with one another with love and harmony, with friendliness and fellowship. We should not hate each other and we should not do any other partiality among ourselves. Okay, so we must love each other, we must spread love and unity among ourselves. Okay, so this is the quotation. Now on the basis of this quotation, here 3 statements are given. We need to classify, we need to find out that whether the given statement it is true or false. Okay, so first one it is given, there would be less prejudice in the world if we were taught from childhood that we are all the fruits of one tree only. Of course this statement is true. Okay, why this statement is true? Please try to understand why this statement is true. Actually this statement is true because here it is given that there would be less prejudice in the world. What is happening now in our society? So much prejudice is there that we must not trust the other people who do not belong to our religion or our race or our community. So it should not be there. Means here what is happening, we must remove this prejudice from the society, this thing that we must trust everyone. Okay, there would be less prejudice in the world if we were taught from the childhood. If this thought should be taught from all the children from childhood, that we all belongs to same human race. So then what will happen? From the childhood we will have the unity. We will not do partiality among ourselves. Okay, so this statement is true. Now second statement it is given, although we are all the fruits of one tree, some of us are better fruits than others, so it is fine to feel superior to others. This statement is false. Please try to understand why this statement is false. Because see, if you may think that you are good in somehow, but it is not necessary that in all the fields you will be good. Like suppose in one field you are good, so some other people will be good in some other fields, because God has given each and every person different talents and everyone is unique in this world. So what is happening? We should not feel superior to us that I am better than you. Maybe you may good or better than someone else in some qualities, but in other fields other person may be better than you. So no need to feel superior than others. So this is false. Now third one it is given, only if people belongs to the same race can they live together in harmony and peace. No, it is not necessary. Different people can also live in unity. Actually it is said that unity is in the diversity, not in the similarity. Okay, if similarities are there, so it is looking the same. So what is the more beneficial, that if it will be unity in diversity, that will be more important. Okay, so this statement is also false. Okay, now the next C number. Now here the C number, one more quotation it is given. So let's read first the quotation. Quotation it is given, when a thought of war comes, oppose it by a stronger thought of peace. A thought of hatred must be destroyed by a more powerful thought of love. In this quotation it is explained that when a thought of war comes, when in your mind thought of war is coming, so what you need to do, you need to oppose the thought of war by the stronger thought of peace. You need to bring in your mind a stronger thought of peace. And whenever a thought of hatred it is coming in your mind, it must be destroyed by the more powerful thought of love. Okay, if thought of that war is coming, so you need to bring more powerful thought of love, then only you can destroy, otherwise it will not destroy. So that is the quotation. Now related to quotation, three statements are given, and now we are going to decide that whether the given statement is true or false. So first statement it is given, the power of war is greater than the power of peace, because war uses weapon to conquer. Okay, this statement is false. First please try to understand why this statement is false. Here it is saying the power of war is greater than the power of peace. No, power of peace is greater than the power of war. What is happening? Whenever war is there, at the last there will be peace. Until we will not bring the peace, war is not going to over. Okay, the war cannot bring the peace. Only peace can stop the war. Okay, so here which is more powerful? Peace is more powerful. Okay, so this statement is false. The next one, second one, it is given, if you begin to dislike someone, we should destroy the feeling with a more powerful thoughts of love for the person. What it is given, if we begin to dislike someone, okay, we should destroy the feeling with a more powerful thought of love for the person. Okay, so this statement is true. Okay, what happened? If you begin to dislike someone, so we should destroy the feeling. That feeling we are destroying with a more powerful thought of love for the person. Okay, if you begin to dislike someone, we should destroy the feeling. Okay, this is true that if you start disliking someone, if you are feeling that I have to dislike someone, that time what you need to do? You should destroy that feeling with a more powerful thought of love for the person. Okay, the last one, it is given, we should only love those who love us. No, this is completely false. Okay, this is false here, that we should love everyone whether the person is loving you or not, doesn't matter. Okay, so in this manner the activity is going to over. Okay, now we have came at the end of the lesson. Now today's homework, first homework, it is given, complete the question and answer of lesson 9 in your copy and learn nicely. Okay, so first homework. Second homework, it is complete activity 2 of lesson 9 in book, just now it is explained. And third homework is that memorize the prayer of lesson 9 which was explained in previous class, so that prayer you will learn very nicely. Okay, understood everyone? Thank you everyone, that's all for today. Have a nice day.